Story 4. My flesh pedestrian experience. First off, I have told this story before in a public setting around 2008. I was living in Louisiana at the time and had called into Coast to Coast AM and told the story to Greg Norrie, which was a pretty cool experience. I didn't have a whole lot of time to tell some of the details, so you'll be getting an unedited version, so to speak. It happened somewhere between 1997 and 1999. I was in my late teens and we were living in New Mexico up near the Four Corners.
Which are where?
I don't want to say it because I don't want to be wrong.
I think you were right last time.
My parents were pastors at a local church in a very small town. We had lived outside of town, sort of out in the middle of nowhere, and there were a few houses sprinkled around us. Surrounding us, at least, there were no houses. There was some brush and a lot of desert. Ever since we moved there, the locals told us about flesh pedestrians. Even people in the church warned us about them. One guy in the church swore up and down that when he was a truck driver, he saw a flesh pedestrian in its human form running alongside his truck when he was going about 80 miles per hour. But since I didn't witness it, I just took him at his word. I had heard many different tales on the origins of the flesh pedestrians, both from the locals and the Native Americans. There was a Native American who went to our church who still held on to his Navajo beliefs, who told me what I always assumed to be a more accurate description. He told me that when people of his tribe had a child out of incest, the tribe leaders would take the baby out into the desert to be raised by the wolves. Hell yeah, that's kind of sick. The wolves would raise it, and
the rest of it though.
and they would become flesh pedestrians, having the powers to turn into anything, animals, humans, etc. The story fascinated me. He just seemed to know for sure that this was the accurate tale. Then he warned me to never whistle at night, which I thought was pretty weird, but I never did, until one night.
I love when people say that, but I never did.
Until...
Yeah, what the hell?
Dun, dun, dun! It was in the fall, around 11 p.m. I was in my bedroom, which was the furthest room from anyone in the house and near the garage, watching a TV or playing PlayStation. My mother was in her bedroom. My dad was at the church studying, as he always did, till around midnight. Sure he was.
No, my God.
Sorry.
Yeah.
Dad's at church again at 9 p.m. That's just what he does.
Crazy. He comes home with lipstick on his collar, and that's just God. Mm-hmm. It's just a touch of God.
Spill the wine. Yeah.
Just a touch of God. My brother had a friend over that night, and they were going to spend the night on the back patio, which was a long rectangular room with a screen window all down it. Like I said, I was in my bedroom minding my business when my brother and his friend come banging on my door. Annoyed, I opened the door, and my brother, who is 4 years younger than me, and his friend were both frightened. My brother said as they were on the patio goofing off, they heard someone walking around the backyard and saw what looked to be the top of a wolf. That's what I wanted to read. Mm-hmm. The top of a white, bald head. Bald! Walk by the screen windows. Now, normally, I would believe my brother since he would never make this kind of stuff up, but his friend was a huge liar and had told these tall tales about having been to Mars, even showing us the red dirt, which looked awful lot like the red dirt you would find throughout the area, I might add. Of course, by this time I had experienced a lot of paranormal stuff, but I was still skeptical. Bravely and annoyed, I grabbed my jacket and a flashlight, and the three of us went out to the patio. It was always creepy at night because it was always so dark, and the only light came from the nearby lamp post a few yards down the street. Our backyard was insanely small except for the right-hand side of it, which was a little bit bigger, but held a trampoline which took up the better part of it. We stepped out of the patio, my fleshlight.
My fleshlight. Hell yeah.
Yo, what kind of story is this?
My flashlight shining around the yard, but saw nothing. That was when I started hearing the crunching leaves coming from the front yard. So the three of us went to the back gate to the front yard. Now, our front yard was huge and had roughly 9 apple trees. There was a large creepy tree in the corner of the yard near the street I always stayed clear of for some reason. We had a close neighbor, literally on the other side of the wooden fence. It was a nice family that had a daughter about my brother's age, and they also had a bunch of chickens, and sometimes they would wander into our yard. So that's what I thought was walking around in our front yard. Shining the flashlight around, of course I couldn't see any chickens, but I did see something white walk behind a tree near the wooden fence, and that's when I got very curious. The three of us walked slowly to the tree. I was being the protective big brother, and I kept the other two behind me. Before I knew it, I heard a loud whoosh and felt a gust of wind like something flew by us. My brother screamed out in pain. You want to scream?
Poor Jasmine. Just like, ah.
My brother always had his shirt off, which annoyed me because back then I was overweight and very self-conscious.
They're talking about incest, and he's like, oh, my brother just always has his shirt off all the time. Like, really stacked brother. Just always shirtless, dude.
I just can't stop staring at him, and he, like, is having me, like, save him or whatever. But I noticed on his chest he had 3 long scratches across him. How did he look that hard?
She's right there.
Scared and shocked, my brother ran back inside the house, leaving me and his friend. It all happened so quickly, but I ran towards the street where I was sure whatever it was had gone, his friend close behind me. Once we reached the end of the property, I could hear the sound of bare feet running down the paved road. I shined my lights toward the sound but never saw anything. So I whistled some tune, and from down the road, I heard the same tune whistled back to me.
Amateur.
Intrigued, I whistled again.
Amateur hour, bro.
This time a different tune, and again kept the same tune. The same tune was whistled back. My brother's friend started getting scared and kept trying to get me to go back inside, but I was very intrigued. I whistled for the 3rd time, and that was when, very close by, we heard this male voice say, "Hey kid, come here." Wait, you have to say it.
Hey kid, come here. That's what I feel like. They're all from Boston. Yeah. Actually, every flesh pedestrian.
Yeah.
Canonically,
Oh my
Bostonian.
God.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. It's canon. You can't question it. It's canon. I don't know.
Exactly.
There was no hesitation. The two of us bolted back inside. We went to go tell my mother what happened, and she was already frightened because she was tending to my brother's scratches on his chest. We told her what happened, and my mother told us to stay inside. My mother has also had some pretty scary paranormal encounters before. I need to tell this story soon as well, so she believed us. I had never forgotten about that encounter. My brother brushes it off these days, making it out to not be a big deal, but I know differently, and so does my mother. It's one of those many incidences in my life that literally bothers me to this day.
I never thought being unable to whistle would be a benefit. Here we are. I can never whistle at anything.
Dude, I can't whistle either.
Yeah.
I can whistle breathing in, but not out. I can, like...
Not trying it out.
So now you're calling them.
We get a little chime in there. Get a little something. You gotta wet it. My dad can, like, whistle any tune you ask him to.
That's impressive.
Yeah. He also plays the harmonica. I don't know why.
I feel like that translates.
Yeah.
Right? Yeah.
That makes sense. All right, you're almost there. I can see it.
I feel like I'd probably be safe. I literally can only do...
He walks by. Oh, what the hell? Yeah.
I actually killed him just by that. It's like the reverse. It's when you like speak Latin in reverse and it kills demons because that's also canon.
Is it?
Yep.
I believe you.
Totally
The
canon.
scary witch told me something. Sorry.
We have to go
to
back
get
and tell
a-
the Mormon church.
Let's get away from incest for a second. So.
Are we still on it?
Were you there?
We were talking about that a minute ago.
I do feel like the train left the station.
Okay.
Period.
Did you want to talk about incest more?
No.
Dude, I just finished Little Stranger.
Okay, we already talked about this. We're talking about the story. Let's finish talking about the story.
Okay.
Okay.
Did you read it?
No.
Yes. Okay, so this...
Incest.
Yes. Well, not technically.
That's the best part. He goes, no. I told Steven about it. He goes, what the hell?
They're
don't listen.
foster siblings.
It's probably the most fucked up book I've ever read.
Okay.
Yeah.
No, Credence is the worst.
No. I've heard about that one.
Yeah, I couldn't even... I got like 8 chapters in and I was like, I'm done.
Wow.
Actually, no, I got chapter 11.
You've not DNF'd a book in a long time.
Nope.
That's
And I
crazy.
did. I was like,
Yeah.
Fascinating. You're so close to me.
what do you think the little white bald thing was?
A white man.
A white man.
A white man?
From Boston. It actually is. Yeah, it's a guy from Boston. That's all it was. Yeah.
Accent.
I would be equally scared. Yeah.
Yeah.
Fair.
I don't know if I would go out and help my siblings. I'm gonna be honest.
Hell no.
No, if my only child.
True. Hell no.
If my, even when I was younger, when I liked my sister, if my sister came inside and was like, we were outside and we saw this creature run behind some trees. We need your help. I'd be like, no.
No.
And you
Come
should
back
stay
inside.
too.
Yeah, I don't know what to tell you.
Call the police.
Yeah.
Yes,
Yeah.
do something else. Why are you bothering me?
Yeah.
There's a ball band in my yard.
Call somebody, not me. Call somebody with a gun.
I help people reluctantly. I don't want to, but I have to because that's the only option.
Is
So-
it though? You
Yeah,
let
it's like-
your neighbor into your apartment in the middle of the night without knowing
That's
them.
not a good indicator, but yes.
That's what I'm saying.
That's a fantastic indicator.
Yeah.
Why would you let that happen?
I'm talking more about like
Why
my
would you let
Nana
that happen?
Dude, your nana
wants
just
to
messaged
do-
you. That's crazy.
my Nana wants to do home renovation and I can't let her do it by her fucking self.
That is not the
Or-
same.
It's not the same.
To bring up Bettina this episode, she decided she's gonna go down that stairwell instead of the really normal path that we've all gone on. And I'm like, well, I can't let you go by yourself because if you get lost or die, someone's gonna need to help you fight your way out of it. So I guess I'll go with you too, you dumb fucking idiot, but I'm not happy about it.
Okay. Put this in your scenario, okay?
Yeah.
We're in a house. My bachelorette party.
Okay.
We're in a big cabin. We're all together. I go outside. Me and Sarah go outside. We're fucking around outside. That's why I got the scratches down my back.
Us being like,
Like, that's how I got the scratches. That's how this guy got the scratches too.
Slapboxing.
Anyway, so we're outside. We're hanging out. We run back inside, and we're like, we just saw a creature, a bald creature with big ass horns in the yard, and it was growling at us, making weird faces.
Yeah.
makeup
And
is
we were
all
like-
over our face, our hair's
And we were like, come outside and help us.
Yeah. So I will say, if like one of you got taken by it and the other one came in as like, you need to
That's
help
not
me
the
go get
scenario.
her, yes.
That's not the
Or-
scenario.
Taken, yes.
Taken, yes,
let me
I would.
Let her cook.
In that scenario, I'll try to keep you inside. If you refuse to go stay inside and you're insistent on going outside, I guess I'll fucking go too.
That's
but I'm
crazy.
not happy about it.
You're a
and
good
you're
friend.
gonna hear about it.
Yeah, no, if that were you, if you were outside and you came inside and you were like, help me go do something to this thing. I don't know what, but I want to go do something. I'd look at you in your face and I'd be like, that's dumb.
Fake friends.
Sorry.
me.
If you did go missing, obviously I'd go out there and like try to find you.
Let me
But
go.
I'd be like, why the fuck are you doing that? Yeah, why are you doing that? Why would you do that?
Yeah.
No.
But don't worry, because I wouldn't do that. So
Exactly, I wouldn't do that either.
yeah, it's dumb shit.
That's why this story's stupid.
Got him. Got him.
Boom. Roasted.
I do think the brother got the scratches from the other kid. They were doing something.
Okay, much smaller example, but like in the same vein, nothing to do with flesh pedestrians. You're about to be late for your flight. Do you run in the airport?
Yes,
I do like a light jog.
What if you're like, no, you gotta book it?
I'd run. Yeah,
I don't
absolutely.
want to, but yeah, sure.
Okay. I said I would run. Steven, because we saw somebody chopping down in the airport. He goes, I will never run to a flight. I go, what if it's like you're booking it or you're not going to get on the plane? He was like, I guess I'm not getting on the plane. I go, just so you know, I am leaving you. I said, I'm booking it.
Yeah.
I get there. I say, hey, can you wait for my husband? They say, no. I say, well,
I ran.
it
He
is what
didn't.
it is.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, that's wild to me. You would like rather take a leisurely stroll and miss your flight.
This man
like get to the
meanders.
gate.
If you take out some of the letters, it just spells man.
rearrange them. Lord Voldemort all over again, dude.
No, but yeah, no, I would book it. I would absolutely sprint my ass to my gate.
Yeah,
Me
this
too.
is why I show up 2 hours early.
Yeah, I'm not losing $200+ because I couldn't run.
That's how I feel.
Yeah.
That's how I feel.
Clip this and send it to
I'm
Steven.
gonna. I will.
So I do have some little videos for us to watch.
If you enjoyed that little story, be sure to watch the full episode here.
And make sure you like, subscribe, and all that jazzy.
Jazzy? I see what you did there. Wait, what was that?